Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved in Expert Mode, playing on the Terra Nova server. And today, we're going to be looking at doing some technological stuff. That's right, we need to get our tech advanced some more. And the thing that I want to focus on today is making a thermal centrifuge. This thing right here, the thermal centrifuge, it's an IC2 machine, and this is going to allow us to get stone dust, and then that's going to allow us to create conduit binding and be able to make some of the Ender IO really cool stuff, conduits and things like that. So let's look at what it's going to take to get this. So right off the bat, I see something that's probably going to be really hard to make, a mining laser. So look at the recipe for that. Circuit. An energium crystal, how would we do that? We make energium dust, which is diamond dust and redstone. That might not be too difficult, which I can get that using a grindstone or emaciator, pulverizer, crusher. Can I do it in a sag mill? Apparently not. That's always disappointing. I would prefer to use the sag mill since since I have it. And there's something else I want to do before we really get too far into making that thermal centrifuge. I've been making parts and getting some things ready because I would like to put the capacitors in these, make them faster. So I've made a few bits and pieces off camera, including the energetic alloy and the vibrant alloy, and I've already made the tier 2 capacitors, which was just to make the blazing electron tubes in the thermal fabricator. I think that's where and I remember why I left off, because I want to share this next bit with you. So to make the octatic capacitor, I've got to get these ender electron tubes, and for that I need end stone. Well, I can do that with a fluid transposer, but what I would like to do is make it with obsidian in the smeltery, because that only uses a small amount of resonant ender. So to do that, I'm going to need to, first I'm going to need to head over there to the smeltery and get those parts crafted up, or get some end stone. So let's come down here, and we're going to need obsidian. We'll just grab a stack of that. We're going to need some ender pearls. We will grab, let's start with 10. I don't think I'm going to need that many. We'll do 1 and see how much that gets us. I think that's going to get us quite a few. So let's, put that back. Let's put an ender pearl in there and let that melt down. That should give us some resonant ender, maybe. Okay, it's not going to be quite that easy. So I'm going to have to melt it down in the, I'm going to melt it over here and then bring it to the smeltery. It's okay, we can do that. Come on, get up here. Let's go ahead and make ourselves, you know what, I think I'm going to go for a full bucket's worth here. I think that's going to give me a bucket's worth. Yeah, that's exactly what it gave me. We'll go ahead and grab that tank, and we're going to take it over and put it into the smeltery from the top. Remember, we got our valve up there, or not our valve, our drain facing up right there, just for these occasions. And that'll get the resonant ender into the smeltery. So I did need to use the magma crucible, but this is going to save us some material, at least ender pearl material. So now, if I go ahead and put that in there and pour this on top, I'm going to get end stone. Perfect. Okay. Now there's a way to speed this up. If I just had a hopper, I probably don't have one ready to go. But we could do that and tell it to give us the material for that. I think it's just going to request a chest since it apparently got a stack of iron right here. And get us a hopper. What we can do now is we can pretty much set this to automate. Throw the obsidian in there. It's going to go ahead and put that in there. Flip this on. It's going to go ahead and start pouring this out. And hopefully, yeah, it looks like it's going to go ahead and do it automatically for us. Pretty much. As long as the timing don't get messed up and it starts to pour the resident ender before it puts the thing in there. I just picked these, so they're not ready. They won't be ready again for a while. So there we go. We got some end stone. And that's going to keep pouring us end stone. I'm going to give quite a bit of it. So it's 50 millibuckets. And we had 1,000 to start with. So that should give us 20 end stone in total, I think. Alright, well, I think we got enough to do our recipe a couple times. So let's head over and go ahead and make our ender thingies. Well, ender tubes. Ender electron tubes. That's what I'm trying to say. And thermionic fabricator. I probably left it turned on. I did. Well, that's okay. That means it's nice and already heated up for us. You can see I was making the blaze tubes last. Now we're going to take our end stone. Is that not right? Maybe something else goes there. So let's check that. What does go? Oh, Eyes of Ender. Okay. So it's not just redstone. So I think I can make Eyes of Ender. I've got plenty of blaze powder because I used the... Well, I did have plenty of blaze powder. I wonder where it went. Oh, that's right. I used it all up making blaze and electron tubes. Well, that's okay. I can make some more. Eyes of Ender. Can we make 10 of those? Missing blaze powder. Okay. Well, let's just grab ourselves a few of those. A few blaze rods. I went over to the nether and farmed a few blaze rods not that long ago. So I figured I'd be need them for some of the tech stuff that we're going to get into. I wasn't 100% sure, but I figured I want to have them. And that seems like that was a good idea. So if I throw them into my sag mill, I'm going to get a lot more blaze powder than I would if I just crafted them. So there we go. So I got 8 from just one rod. And I'm also going to have a chance to get some sulfur that I can use in other processes later on. So now that's plenty of blaze powder. I've still got 6 ender pearls here, so let's make up 6 of those, I guess. Put those up here in the recipe and then throw some in there. Now we're going to get some ender electron tubes. Alright. Get rid of this nighttime. I always want to keep it daytime if possible so we don't have any creepers sneaking up on us. Now I can throw those up in there, and now I should be able to make the tier 3 capacitors. These guys right here, the octadics. Can I make 2 of those? I certainly can. Can I make more? Well, I can get 3 total. What am I missing? Yeah, looks like I ran out of capacitors. So I'd have to go back through and make all the other lower tier capacitors. Anyway, I got an extra one for a machine later. So now I can toss these in here. That's going to make them operate a lot faster. It's going to make them store a lot more energy too, but it's going to, when I actually run them, they're going to run a lot faster. Of course, that's going to mean that my water wheel can't keep up with the operation of them if I'm running them both. Not that it's keeping up that well to begin with right now. We're going to have to look into some better power soon because earlier when I was crafting a bunch of the bits and pieces and stuff like that, I completely drained the system out of power. Let's figure I'd come over here and grab the rest of these end stone. That seems to be it. So I might as well go ahead and use up these last end stone and those other 2 eyes ender, make a couple more of the a couple more of those tubes for later use. There we go. And I still got 5 left over. That's okay. All right, now I can turn this off. I'm not going to be needing that again for a while. Sadly, whenever you turn this off, you do lose the liquid glass out of there. Not a big deal, though. It's only sand. So put those away. And now let's get back on track with making our thermal centrifuge. This guy right here. So thermal centrifuge, we're going to need some electric motor, an electric motor. Let's look at this, because this is going to be the difficult part. So the energium dust, so we need that. We need diamond dust. And I'm thinking maybe, I almost feel like I need I should have a maciator or a pulverizer. They seem to do about the same thing. I'm not sure which would be better. Pulverizer might be better because it runs off of RF and might be easier later on to get it power. Because it depends on what we go for our end game power systems, whether we use an IC2 power generation or something else. Well, let's look at one of the other things that we got to make for this. Not that. Thermal centrifuge. This. One of the other things we're going to need is we're going to need this advanced machine casing. And for that, we're going to need these advanced alloys. We also needed the advanced alloys. If we looked at here, we need advanced alloys for the mining laser as well. So to do that, we need to make these mixed metal ingots. Bronze plates, iron plates, and tin plates. Now I've gone ahead and made up a bunch of those right there. Let's put that recipe in the grid. There we go. So I've made up a bunch of these. I'm going to go ahead and make a whole bunch of these. We're going to need them. Then once you've got the mixed metal ingot, you just throw it in the compressor. That's going to compress it down and make our advanced metal stuff. Now I'm thinking I'd like to have myself a mining laser just for my personal use. So I'm going to try to make 2 of these as I'm making them. Now there's this thing right here, the iron turning blank, and it says handle. Okay, when I click it, I get this strange interface that I'm not too familiar with. But what I think I need to do is I need to get this, make a turning blank. I need a lathing tool, and then I need to actually use that in a lathe. No, it's a turning table. So I need to make this thing right here, which is a couple iron shafts, some iron casings, and some iron plates. So I got a couple extra iron plates in here, but we're going to need some casings. We're also going to need to make those shafts, which is iron blocks, processed in the metal former. So first I'm going to process the metal plate by rolling it again. That's going to give me the casings items, like so. And then if I switch this to extruding and throw my blocks of iron in there, that's going to give me the iron shafts. Let's go ahead and toss those in there. We can bring this recipe into the grid here. Oh, we're also going to need a basic machine frame. Let's do that. Which is going to require an iron chipset. So we'll go ahead and request that while we grab our shafts. And is it here yet? There it is. Machine casing. So now I should have everything in there to go ahead and make a turning table. There it is, turning table. Now this thing, I don't know where I want to put it. It's probably going to be another temporary thing anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there. Sure, why not? And if we look in here, we've got an interface. Now the thing about the turning table though is it doesn't take EU, it doesn't take RF. It takes KU. If we look at, let's go back to our laser. We'll just look at this for a minute. We go back to the and we look at the handle thing here. Actually, it doesn't really say it. It doesn't show it in here. What kind of KU it takes, but trust me, it takes KU. So we have a couple options for that, and KU is kinetic energy. KIN, kinet, is it? No, kinet E. There we go. KNIETIC, kinetic. So we need to generate kinetic power, and we could do that with wind. We could do that with steam. We don't have either of those readily accessible. Wind would require that some funny placements of the machines, probably, and that we make a wind turbine and a rotor box and a bunch of other stuff that I don't want to get into today. We also have the option of making a kinetic electric generator. This is a possibility. We do have power. We could power it. Or alternatively, we can make a manual kinetic generator, and I'm not 100% sure how that works, but it's pretty simple. It's just basic machine facing and a lever, so I might try that one first. If it doesn't work or I can't figure it out, I can always switch to the electric kinetic generator, which is going to be a lot more materials. But so let's go with this. We'll try this one first. Well, I think we're going to need more iron plates. I don't have that many in there, so let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and start making some more, because we're going to need them. What happened there? Apparently something just spit some ingots at me. I don't know where they came from, but I got them. Wonder if autofill's turned on? No, it's off. Don't know where those came from. And it looks like our advanced alloy is about done. All right. Well, in order to prevent myself from having to make another machine right this minute, what I'm going to do is take... Wow, I wonder if I could grind up diamond armor. Probably not. Because I'm going to grab some diamond, and I'm going to take it over and hand crank it to get the diamond dust that we need. Maybe it came out of there. So I should be able to make one of these now. Yeah, there we go. Basic casing. Oh, I need a lever. Anyway. Could be that basic casing. And oh, I get my iron back out of it. That's interesting. Interesting way to get... Of course, you're losing a chipset, so definitely not worth it. But now, if only there was a way to get my iron back out of a compressed iron plate. Here's our levers, and that's going to make our manual kinetic generator. I think I just attached this someplace to this thing. Let's try like this. And then what do? Click this. It looks like it might be working. We'll find out here in a minute. Let me get my lathing tool. Whoops. Let's try it. Type it down here. Lathing tool. We're going to need one of those. Ugh. So, iron. Oh, I'm going to have to... might as well let this one finish and then I'll interrupt it. What is that I need? I need a refined iron plate. Let's request one of those. As soon as that gets there, we can make our lathing tool. There we go. The lathing tool goes here, I believe. Yep, there we go. Now, we need a blank. A lathing blank. Turning. There we go. Turning blank. This is what we need right here. We're actually going to need some more of those, some more casings. So let's grab 2 more casings. And since I want to make I want to make a laser rifle for myself, and I want to make one to use in the thermal centrifuge. That actually works out good. That it makes 2. 1 and 2. These do not stack. Now, if I put it in here, okay, I believe this needs to be. Oh, can't do nothing with it right this second. But I think if I just, yeah, see, there we go. Now we got a little bit of power over there. Let's crank this up a little bit, and now we can go like that. Bring that. Oh, ran out of power. Maybe crank it up a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Now we can shrink that one down, and then I think this one goes. Oh, need more power. That's kind of an annoying way to do it, but it does save you having to make the electric kinetic generator. The electric kinetic generator, first of all, you have to make this machine. Then you have to connect it to power. And then you also have to add electric motors into the electric kinetic generator. So let me just wind this back up a little bit more. Open this up. Now I can shrink that one down to a 2. Oh, add power again. Now if I was going to have to do this a lot, I would definitely want to make the kinetic generator. So now, there we go. Got our handle. So put that back in there. Get the next one. Crank it up. Crank it a little bit. Lathe it a little bit. There we go. You can see it also does do damage to the lathing tool, and you get some tiny piles of iron dust back. So you do get to recycle some of the material back out of your tiny. Actually, I think tiny is a 9. It's like this. Will this give me a pile of? Yeah, that'll give me a pile of iron dust, which I can then go ahead and recycle into an ingot. So got a little bit of material back. Nice. Now that I got my my handles for my lasers. Oh yeah, we need to take these diamonds and grind them up. And it looks like it's nighttime again. Let's get rid of that. There's still an occasional rare spawn in town, and I think they're still coming from out of the trees or something. I'm not sure. So I still like to try to keep it daytime at all times, if at all possible. So, no? Can I not put that in there? Ah. Oh. So I can't grind a diamond that's already... Okay. I don't suppose it goes in here, does it? Nope. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to make a pulverizer, whether I want to or not. And yeah, I think I'm definitely going to go with the pulverizer, because I think that's going to be less trouble later, hooking it up to the power systems and also upgrading the speed and things like that on it. So we're just going to go with that. So let's see what we need for that pulverizer. Probably don't have half of this stuff. Apparently the only thing I'm missing is the machine frame. I think I have everything else. Okay, that's good. So machine frame. Oh, look at that. I've got some machine frames ready to go. How convenient. That was not planned. So hopefully, actually, let's get rid of some of this stuff out of here, because I think it's going to need space. There we go. Pulverizer. Done. Perfect. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that right there. Of course, I need to connect it. So I need a medium voltage connector and an MV wire, which I apparently only have one left. So as soon as those get there, I can start pulverizing stuff. Let's go ahead. And I think I want to do it twice. All right, clear that. Let's get our wire and our connector out of there. We can set those configurations to nothing. Hook it up there. One of these days, this thing's going to get overloaded with connections. And we're pulverizing diamonds. All right. All right, well, let's look at what else we need for that. Laser. Maybe there's something else we can be working on while that's pulverizing. The circuits. Oh my goodness. Did they, oh, that's an advanced circuit. That's why. I was saying, did they make this harder? Kind of did. Well, we're going to need 2 regular circuits to begin with. Just 1 circuit for these, yes? Okay. And do we need circuits for the thermal centrifuge? Better check that. So if I'm making them, I might as well make a few of them. No. 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 Okay. So I just need the 2 for the lasers. So I'm going to need basic capacitors. Goodness. I'm going to need the redstone chipsets. I got plenty of those. And I'm going to need intricate circuit boards, which are gold and redstone in the carpenter. Okay. All right, well, let's grab our diamond dust. We've got our redstone up in there. I think it was, if I recall, like this. Yeah. Grab those, and then we throw those in the compressor. And those are going to compress into our energium gems, diamonds, whatever. Might need to put some of this stuff away soon. Thermal centrifuge thing right here. So we're making circuits. So I need gold, redstone, and probably need to take some water over to it because we need to go over to the fabricator. Or, yeah, fabricator. Well, if you guys play my pack, you'll know why I call it a fabricator. Typically, it's called a carpenter. Come on. Put the water in the carpenter. Oh, that's the squeezer. Put the water in the carpenter. There we go. No, we don't want no more of that. We want these. There we go. You'll get some more water while I'm waiting for that first one to cook. We're going to need a bunch of these, I think. So I need 2 for each circuit, and I need 2 circuits, so I need 4 total. Might need to grab some more gold. There's 1. These probably don't stack. Oh, yeah, they do. Okay, good. Get the last 2, and then we should be good. Need some Jeopardy music right about here. One more. Come on, any moment now. Hopefully by the time this is done, we'll get back. Our crystals will be crushed and ready, and come over here. I really need to spend some more materials on speeding up our our logistics system so that I don't have to wait quite as long when I'm trying to request items to craft over here. But it's not too bad. It's okay for me, but it's not that great whenever I'm trying to do a video, obviously. So now, well, we're going to need these first, actually. So let's, do I have wire? I do not. Copper. Oh, well, I do have copper cable. I guess it's called cable. I've got one of those. Let's actually go ahead and grab 10 copper over here. And then what do I got for rubber? Let's grab 12 of those because we're going to need that to coat our wires after we extrude them. There we go. Extrude us some wires. Oh yeah, these don't stack, so because these are actually a type of battery for IC2. Actually, I'm going to take this and put it back in this chest. Hopefully I'll remember where it's at next time I need it. We also going to need those capacitors, so let's probably go ahead and get those ready. One and another one. Okay. Oh, actually, we're going to need 4 of those, aren't we? How many more lapis tubes we got? Oh, wow, plenty of those. Let's go ahead and grab 2 more. There's 2. As soon as those show up, I'll be able to finish that. There's my other energy crystal. I got plenty of copper wire now. And the rubber, if I go ahead and cook that into bars. Yes. I need 12. Then I can use that to make our insulated, get the total 4 capacitors there before we clear that. Now I can take and use that to make our insulated cable. Getting there. So I need this first. What am I missing? Redstone? Okay. 2 of those. Now I should be able to make this guy. 1, 2 of those. Perfect. We are almost there. In fact, it doesn't really matter there because if I put this up in here now, do I have everything in there? What if I tell it to use that specific crystal? There we go. And then give me another one. Yeah, I like it. I got myself a mining laser. Well, 2 of them. One of them is going to get used. So let's get our thermal centrifuge. Thermal. There we go. Thermal centrifuge. So we need a motor. What's that? Tin. And I probably don't have any of that stuff. Nope. Coils. I don't have any of that. So let's look at that again. Motor. We'll do coil first. That I can make. I guess it was good that I actually ordered the extra copper. So let's get our 2 coils. Then I need tin casings. Tin. Do I have casings in there? No. Do I have tin here? I do. So if I take tin and smash it into a plate. Come on. Really need to make some speed upgrades for these. And then smash it again into the casings. I would like the speed upgrades, but I will show you why I haven't just automatically done it. Upgrade. This one right here, the overclocker upgrade, is the one that speeds these machines up. It reduces the processing time by 30%, but increases the power by 60%. So that's not a big deal. I don't mind paying the extra power, but when we look at the recipe, it requires these 10K coolant cells, which require standard coolant cells, which means I have to make IC2 coolant, which is a whole big process that I don't want to get into until I can do it on camera. Okay, so let's put that in there. Put our tin back in there. Let's we will get to there eventually. We will get to making all that stuff and doing all the IC2 stuff. And if there's something specific you guys want to see me get into next, let me know. Now, next episode on here is definitely going to be about magic. So if there's something specific in magic that you would like to see me shoot for, that you think that I can attain in the span of the next episode, let me know, and I will do my best to work towards that, whatever that happens to be. Oh, I'm going to need some carbon plates. Carbon plates, which is actually, I've got some pulverized stuff here. That's good. That's going to give me these. I'll have that. Just do it all. I'm going to combine those to get the mesh. And then I take the mesh and throw that in the compressor to make the plates. I've got the advanced alloy. I've got, what else do I need here? There's something else I need for this. Oh yeah, refined iron plates. I need 4 of these. So let's get those headed on the way while this one finishes up the last carbon plate. There we go. So now, oh, I need a basic one first. As soon as an iron chipset comes our way, we can go ahead and finish crafting this. There we go with that. Now I need one of these. All right, got the advanced machine casing now. I've got the motor, I've got the mining laser. Everything else should be in there if I got enough iron. Right, iron. Yeah, it's in there. Crush fingers? No. What am I missing? Oh, I need 2 more coils. Okay. 2 more coils. I thought I was ready. Not quite. And I can use these carbon plates. I think. I can use these to make some kind of armor. No, maybe not. There's some I usually just look up the leggings. Leggings, what is it called? Oh yeah, nanosuit. Nano armor is not bad. Yeah, it is carbon plates and energy crystals. Might be something that I shoot for because it looks pretty good. And it works pretty good. Oh, yeah, there's our copper. Make more wire. See, I got 2 there. Or cable. Was it actually called cable? Yeah. There's where Jeopardy music would work good again. I don't think I'm going to have time to do more than this thermal centrifuge, but I think we're at least going to get the thermal centrifuge all the way done and maybe make a little bit of stone dust. But I do believe what I'd like to do is, since I have to have thermal centrifuge for ore processing and stuff anyway, I might go ahead and use that whole ore processing process to do the majority of our processing in the future. So there's our 2 coils. Okay, let's try this one more time. Thermal centrifuge. And go. Hey, there it is. There it is. Ooh. I'm a little bit excited about this machine, because that is definitely moving into a more advanced level of technology. So, of course, we need medium voltage connectors. And wire. Gonna have to make some wire. There's our connector. Just throw that on top. And as soon as material arrives, we'll be able to connect it. There we go. Connected. And it's powering up. Good. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's, I don't know if I want to process ore or not. Actually, I'm going to just go ahead and process some, is there a way to see all the recipes from the interface here? Oh yes, there's all the different recipes you can do in here. So this is one of the machines that you definitely need if you're going to do anything with the nuclear reactor, and I think I would like to make that one of my goals, because I like making nuclear reactors. I really do. From IC2 or, you know, any other mod that actually introduces a good version of a nuclear reactor that actually has some level of danger to it if you don't do it right. So with the cobblestone, I can just go ahead and make stone dust. Great. But this is definitely one of the machines needed if you're going to do stuff with a nuclear reactor. Now it can crush, what is this? Purified, crushed, and ardite ore. Okay, that's interesting. So basically this allows you to get additional materials in the form of tiny piles of dust and things like that. Now, if we look, I don't know if I don't know if you actually put anything straight directly into this, like ore-wise. This processes crushed ore, and apparently slag. So I could take and go and crush some ore, and then I think I can wash the ore to purify it, and then I can run it through the thermal centrifuge. So there's like a several stage process. Tiny piles of lithium dust from nether quartz ore. Okay. Draconic dust. So yeah, we might want to process our draconic stuff through this when we get to there. Clay dust will give us silicon dioxide. Yeah, we're gonna get really far into all this stuff. So this can process crushed ore, and it can process purified crushed ore. And then the ore washer can also process crushed ore, and that's what makes the purified crushed ore, which has an additional stage of processing, but it also gives you additional materials for processing it like that. So we'll see. I don't know if it's better than just throwing our ore through the sag mill using the dark steel balls, because that's a pretty good way to process your ore. But I definitely had to have this in order to get our stone dust. So now I can throw some cobblestone in here. It's going to spin up and burn and spin, and so there we go. So yeah, it has to fully heat up first, and then it centrifuges the stuff. So yeah, like I said, I have to investigate what's going to be the best ore processing chain. You know, what machine put it in first, what machine it's going to go to next. We'll look at different levels of efficiency. So we'll look at power efficiency versus material efficiency, and just basically eventually we'll come up with a ore processing line that is going to give us the highest level of material back, because I don't think we're going to worry about energy. At some point we're going to get past the energy crunch and we'll just have enough energy to do whatever we want. So we'll probably be looking at the material efficiency, how to get the most materials out of the ores that we get. And I'm sure that it's going to be a combination of different mods. I'm almost positive. And it might be different for different particular ores. Like some ores might get processed through the sag mill and nothing else. And then some ores might get processed through the thermal centrifuge. And some ores might get processed through immersive engineering machines. We'll just have to see, like I said. We're going to look at all that in the future. But for now, I've got my stone dust, so I can probably craft some, what's that stuff called? Well, I'm looking at making conduit. Conduit binder, yes, there we go. Binder composite, this stuff. So I need compressed sawdust, stone dust, and electrical steel. Electrical steel, really? Electrical steel, okay. Well, we can do that pretty easily. Do I have silicon here? No, not yet. Have some sand? Yes, we got some sand. Let's get 10 sand. Let's get sawdust? Yeah, sure. There we go. And that's going to be because we want to make these compressed sawdust, which is that recipe. As soon as those show up, there's our sand. Take our sand and we're just going to go ahead and throw it in here. It's going to give us our silicon. And let's go throw it over there. We just need some iron to go with it. A little bit of iron here. Toss that in there. Silicon. I think actually I need coal dust as well. Well, those work so much faster with the capacitors in them now. That's nice. Yeah, that's what I needed. We needed the coal dust. That's going to make us the electrical steel. Electrical steel combined with some of these guys. Let's get that and our stone dust. Do we have enough stone dust yet? I think we do. Have enough for at least one piece of this stuff. There we go. Get us a binder composite. Ooh, I feel like we're really getting somewhere at this point. Cook up our binder composite will get us the stuff we need for this right here. Or yeah, conduit binder. Okay, and then that's going to allow us to start making some of these more advanced conduits and things like that. But before we can do that, we got to go a whole different other direction into thermal expansion and be able to make all of the ducts, because most of these require some kind of duct, except for the redstone stuff. Doesn't apparently require a duct. But the energy conduits all require ducts. And the item conduit also requires item ducts. And the fluid conduits are going to require fluid ducts and servos and stuff. So, but at least we can make them. I guess the only other thing to show you guys before we wrap this up is the mining laser. Now that I got that. And I believe it's hold M and right click. Yeah, I can change all the different, there's a whole bunch of different modes for this. I love it. The one the two that I like are explosive, which I'm obviously not going to demonstrate around the thing here, and long range. Those are the other one I really like to use. But to charge it, I got to come over here to the battery box, because that's the only place that I have to charge an IC2 thingy. So we take that out for a second. Please tell me I can charge this in the battery box. No. Okay, and now I can't put that one back in because it's great. So yeah, I'm gonna need a higher tier battery charging device in order to even charge it. So I guess I'm not gonna be able to show you that before the end of the video. I'll have to show it to you some other time. But I do like them. They're fun. I don't suppose I could actually charge it in the capacitor. I didn't even think to try. Might as well try, right? I mean, never hurts. See if it'll go in here. Will it go in there? No. Will not go in there. Okay. Bummer. Well, I can't think of any other way to charge it off the top of my head. So basically what's going to have to happen is I'm going to have to make a better... That little battery box is not going to do it. We're going to have to make a MFE or MFR. MF... Yeah, these guys right here. I think... well, doesn't MFSU require an MFE? Yes. So then beyond that is there's something even bigger? MFSU, yeah. No. MFE, MFSU. Those are the only tiers. The battery box, MFE, and then MFSU. And then there's charge pad versions of those that you can stand on and it'll charge up the stuff in your inventory. Whether it be armor or mining lasers or power tools. We might make some more power tools. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to show you guys all the IC2 stuff because I don't think not too many people really mess with it anymore. And it does have a lot of really cool things. So maybe make some power tools like a chainsaw and things like that. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're going to save that for another episode because this one's definitely gone long enough. And we accomplished our primary goal, which was make the thermal centrifuge and showed you how to use the turning table to get that stuff done. So yeah, I feel like I did good today. We have advanced our technology again. So if you liked this video, be sure and leave a like, comment, thumbs up, and all that other fun stuff. And until next time, I will catch you later.